This is the story of Calgary's garbage and why it's just too good to waste. Every day, we make decisions about what to do with the stuff we don't need. Once it goes into the garbage, it ends up in the landfill and gets added to the 40 million tons of trash we've thrown out over the past 50 years. Landfills aren't always the best way to deal with our waste, and here's why. Landfills are expensive to operate and maintain. Today's landfills have expensive systems in place to protect public health and the environment. These protective systems make sure that the stuff that ends up in a landfill stays in a landfill and doesn't contaminate our air, land, and water. Our landfills are filling up. If we fill up our current landfills, finding new space will be a difficult and expensive process. New landfill applications continue to be largely unsuccessful because no one wants a landfill in their backyard. Even if we did get approval, we face significant costs. The cost to buy land, invest in protective systems, set aside funds for long-term care, and operate the landfill are estimated at $1.5 billion over 25 years. Landfills also bury resources that could have been turned into new products. That's why the only materials that should go in the landfill are those that can't be reused, recycled, or composted. When we look at what's left in our household garbage, we find that more than half is food and yard waste. So what's the big deal if it's buried in the landfill? In nature, there is no waste. When an apple falls to the ground, it breaks down and turns into soil. But that's not what happens when an apple ends up in the landfill. Food and yard waste doesn't break down into soil, compost, or anything useful in a landfill because there's no oxygen. Worse yet, food and yard waste creates nasty stuff like liquid leachate as the moisture from the food and yard waste oozes through the garbage, picking up other contaminants. If not collected and treated, leachate can contaminate groundwater. As the food and yard waste slowly decomposes, it also releases methane, a greenhouse gas that is 25 times stronger than carbon dioxide when it comes to causing climate change. Fortunately, there's a simple solution: compost it. At the composting facility, the food and yard waste is exposed to oxygen, which allows it to break down into nutrient-rich compost. The advanced composting technology also allows us to maintain high temperatures, which kills any harmful bacteria. Together, we will produce Category A compost that will be used to improve the soil in gardens, parks, and farms. That's why the City of Calgary is rolling out green carts in 2017 after running a successful pilot that saw homes cut their garbage nearly in half. When the program is rolled out citywide, we estimate that over 85 million kilograms of food and yard waste will be turned into nutrient-rich compost every year. It's one of the ways we are working to achieve City Council's goal of keeping 70% of materials out of our landfills by 2025. By doing the right thing, reducing, reusing, recycling, and composting, we're making a positive difference today and for our future. Remember, it's too good to waste. Go to calgary.ca to find out more ways you can reduce your waste.